Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to No DQ Live here on NoDQ.com and the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Aaron Rift NoDQ. The 2018 Royal Rumble has just wrapped up. I am exhausted. I'm sure you guys are too. Very long show. The biggest complaint I have about the show was that it was too long. Combined with the main show and the pre-show, you had over 6 hours. But with that being said, best WWE pay-per-view in years. Best main roster pay-per-view. Maybe the best WWE pay-per-view, including NXT, in several years. I thought this show accomplished what it needed to accomplish, and it definitely exceeded my expectations. What letter grade do I give this show? You have to stay tuned and find out. But let's go ahead and talk about the matches. Let's start off with the kickoff, the 2-hour kickoff. We had the Cruiserweight 6-man match, which I actually thought was good for a kickoff match. But the building was largely empty, almost nobody there. Poor Kalisto. The dude seems to be in this position of having to perform in front of empty arenas. I feel bad for the guy. Almost. He blocked me, so I don't feel that bad for him. Next up, we had the Revival versus Anderson and Gallows. Pretty much what I expected. I knew this match was not going to please people because if Anderson and Gallows won, people would say the Revival got buried. Revival ended up winning, so it's 50-50 booking where nobody really gets over. Whatever, it is what it is. Then we had Bobby Roode in the US Open Challenge, and who answered it? Mojo Rawley. Not much to this, just Bobby Roode getting a win on his belt, having a successful title defense. Not much else to really say about it. The pre-show, I mean, it was very skippable. If you missed it, you really didn't miss much. Now, let's move on to the main card, the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Let's talk about the matches. We kicked off with AJ Styles defending against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, Cammy, whatever AJ Styles referred to them as. In the end, AJ Styles picked up the win. There wasn't a whole lot to this match. It's sad because it was the WWE title match. Oh, by the way, I got a $2 super chat donation by Rob Klein stating that Rusev Day is dead. The crowd was really into Rusev the entire night. Even on the kickoff show, they were chanting Rusev Day. So the crowd definitely wanted to see Rusev, and they got their fair share of Rusev. We'll get to that in a few minutes here. But back to the match. It was the WWE title match, but it felt like an opening IC title or US title match. Wasn't really much to it. Although there was a little storyline to this match where Sami Zayn attempted to tag in Kevin Owens and actually did not physically tag Owens, but Owens was believed to have been the legal man. AJ Styles pinned Kevin Owens, and in the replays it showed that Zayn did not actually make physical contact with Owens. So Zayn and Owens yelled at Shane. They said they got screwed, and they asked if Shane saw that, and Shane was like, yep. So that will likely lead to the next pay-per-view coming up at Fastlane. There'll be some sort of conclusion or follow-up to this storyline. So at least there was something, but the match itself was just very standard. Not a whole lot to it. Good for an opening match, but it was for the WWE title, so you might have expected more out of this. The Usos versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin for the SmackDown Live Tag Team titles. 2 out of 3 falls. The first fall was actually quite lengthy with a lot of near falls. The Usos then picked up the win eventually with a series of super kicks to Gable. And then what surprised me, they quickly won the second fall right after the first one with a roll-up, that old fruit roll-up to retain the tag team titles. And there you go. Usos still the tag team champions. And I guess there's no punishment. For those of you wondering, would the Usos get punished because I believe it was Jay, don't quote me on that, I believe it was Jay that got arrested for the DUI. By the way, we are up to 600 live viewers, and I haven't even gotten to the Rumble matches yet. So thank you guys for tuning in if you're watching. Stay tuned to NoDQ.com for all the breaking news. And yes, I am shaving my head. I'll get to that in a few minutes here. More details on the shaving of my head. I promised it, and it will be happening, and I will be taking pictures, maybe even some video of it, but I'll get to that more in a few minutes here. I gotta have some hooks. We got 600 live viewers. I gotta keep people tuned in, find out more about the head shaving, and what letter grade I give this show. All that coming up soon. Stab Studio says 1,000 viewers to put yourself through a table. I don't even know how to begin with that, but yeah, if we get 1,000 live viewers tonight, I'll somehow put myself through a table. I don't know how I'll do that, but I will make that happen. Jeffrey, excuse me, just sent in a $2 super chat donation. Congrats on 600 viewers. Thank you for that. Very much appreciated. A new record tonight for No DQ Live. A very noteworthy show. So yeah, I was a little disappointed though with Usos and Gable versus Benjamin. I don't think they should have done a 2 out of 3 falls match. I think it should have just been a straight up one-on-one match. You know, with so many other things happening on this show, I think doing 2 out of 3 falls was overkill. Not necessary at all. But, you know, Usos still the champions. I'm happy about that. I like them as an act. I think there was some uncertainty, though, from fans because of the whole DUI arrest from a few weeks ago. Moving on here to the men's Royal Rumble match. So this is going to be a lengthy review, a lot to talk about here, but to sum it up, in my opinion, the best Royal Rumble match since 2004 when Chris Benoit won. It was an emotional roller coaster, and I was invested the entire time in this match. I was very entertained. A 1-hour match. I was never bored with it. We even had a few surprise entrants, and in the end, the guy won that the fans wanted to see win, and WWE gave the fans what they wanted. There was one mishap in this match, and I will get to that in a few minutes here. But overall, very entertaining Rumble. In my opinion, the best one since 2004. Arguably the best Rumble since Benoit won, and maybe even a top 5 Royal Rumble. Peter just sent in a $2 super chat donation. Great Royal Rumble pay-per-view, best in recent memory, question mark. I will address that here in a few minutes, what I thought about it. Brain says, what mishap? I forgot. I will let you guys know about the mishap in a few minutes here. Let's go ahead and talk about the Rumble. So Rusev Day was number 1. Crowd, of course, was very much into Rusev, as I expected they would be. Hero Villain just left a $5 super chat donation. Just don't wear a hat during the bald videos. Congrats, lots of viewers. I will expose my head for at least the next week. That's what I promised you guys on social media, and I will deliver on that. So I will be doing videos with a bald head. That will happen. Anyways, before I get to that, Walter Cruz with a $3 super chat donation. Rusev Day can't be denied now. They need to be champs. Well, there you go. By the way, we're almost at 700, so we're creeping towards 1,000. Justin, I never said anything about a pink beard, but I did say I would shave my head and keep the beard if a certain somebody won. So let's go ahead and talk about the match. Rusev number 1, Finn Balor number 2. Finn Balor had a great run in this match. He lasted almost the entire time. Some of the highlights of this match: Jerry Lawler was brought out as the special guest commentator. He did all right. I wish JR was there, but whatever. Aiden English did an awesome intro for Rusev. I gotta say, Aiden English was very entertaining with his intro. Baron Corbin got eliminated right away, but then he laid out Balor, Rusev, and Heath Slater. I like the running gag in this match where every time Heath Slater got up, somebody else knocked him down. It happened like 4 or 5 times. I thought that was really funny. I thought that was clever. I thought it was clever how Elias was handled. Elias came out with the guitar. He sang a song with everybody laid out by Corbin. I was entertained by that. Ty Dillinger was number 10, but got attacked backstage by Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And Zayn ended up taking Dillinger's spot. Mixed feelings on this one. I mean, I think it's a little bit silly that anybody could just come in and take a spot if they attack somebody backstage. Hamp Connell sent in a $5 super chat donation. If we're definitely getting Roman versus Brock, I just said Block. Why do I always say Brock Lesnar? I guess because he looks like a block. Brock Lesnar versus Roman. If we were getting that, then why not just let Roman win instead of Shinsuke Nakamura? So the fans can be happy. I even said this on No DQ 1000. I said, what you should do, I called it. I said, have Nakamura win the Rumble and face AJ Styles at WrestleMania. So that way, the fans will not complain about Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. Simple. You give the fans their match. You give the indie fans, the New Japan fans, their dream match, and then you can do Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns to please Vince McMahon. That is what I called. You guys watch back No DQ video 1000. That's what I said. Patrick just sent in a $5 super chat donation. Well done on 700 viewers and climbing. Keep up the good work. Great pay-per-view. So there you go. That is from... I just lost the name here. Rage DMX 47 left a $2 super chat donation. Brock becoming Roman's job man confirmed. Yeah, but what I said on No DQ 1000 was if you give the fans Nakamura versus AJ for the WWE title, then yeah, go ahead and do Vince's match. Fans will at least get the match, the dream match they want to see. So WWE did it. They gave the fans what they wanted. And let's move on here and talk about the rest of the match. So I was a big fan of the Elias usage. Questionable with the Zayn taking out Dillinger, but whatever. I mean, nitpicking at this point. We got a super chat donation, $1 from Shem Gem, but he did not leave a comment. Feel free to leave a comment, although I might miss it. I'm getting like dozens of comments here every couple of seconds, so it's hard to keep up. I apologize, guys, if I'm not getting to your comments. Best way, if you want a comment read off, is to do the super chat donation, because I will see those. But these comments are flying by so quickly here. And thank you all for your viewership. We are at 760 right now. Anyways, back to the match. Sheamus, on his birthday, came out and was immediately eliminated by Heath Slater, of all people. I don't know if a record was broken or not. Did he break Santino's record? I'm not sure. Somebody might have to... let me know about that. Cindy just left in a $1 super chat donation. Thank you, Cindy. Much appreciated. Seth Rollins came out with his same music. So despite coming out to a different song at the live event, he did come out with his usual music. What was up with his tights, though? It felt like he was paying tribute to WCW Monday Nitro or something with his tights. The flames. It looked like the Nitro... design back from 1995, or Harlem Heat, as Converse Craig said. We had Andrade Cien Almas make his Royal Rumble debut. Nice usage of him, I should say. He definitely got to shine a little bit in this match. I thought that he looked good in here. Kofi Kingston had his big Royal Rumble moment where he fell on top of Xavier Woods and had one foot on Xavier, and then they put the stack of pancakes under Kofi's foot, and then he ended up getting back in the ring. So they did find a way to implement the pancakes into Kofi's yearly tradition of finding a creative way to stay in the match. So that was entertaining. I liked it. We had Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy, maybe a tease for the future. They worked together to eliminate Rusev. People were not happy about this, though. Got a lot of boos. Then Hardy and Wyatt eliminated each other. So I guess the feud continues. Maybe a tease for them teaming up at some point. Who knows? John Cena came out. Everybody went after him. And we have a $2 super chat donation by Raymond S. The Women's Royal Rumble match, it exceeded my expectations, he says. I will get to that soon in a few moments. TGS, our moderator, says Michael Cole called him broken. So maybe there's a little bit of a tease for Matt Hardy becoming broken. By the way, 800. We just broke 800 live viewers in the chat room. I just wanted to say thank you for tuning in. Check out NoDQ.com for the breaking news. let's go ahead and keep up this review video. $20 super chat donation by Jamie Lee Mack. That was a damn good Rumble. Here's some dollars for you, Mr. Rift. Thank you for that, Jamie Lee Mack. I appreciate it. Former Wrestling Trivia Challenge contender. And it's a pleasure to have you on the videos. Hopefully we can get you on another one. Let's move on here. I apologize if I interrupt, but I do take a moment to acknowledge the super chat donations. Back to the video here. Hurricane Helms. Nice surprise. I liked it. I was hoping we would get a few surprises. I don't think anybody predicted Shane Helms coming in this match. Maybe he'll be the 205 general manager. There was speculation about that, but nobody really speculated about him being in the Rumble. I thought this was cool. He even reacted his attempted choke slam back in 2002. He tried to choke slam Steve Austin and Triple H, and that backfired. He tried to choke slam Cena, and that didn't work. Shem Gem just left a $2 super chat donation. Love your content. Corey Graves on commentary. Thumbs up. I agree. Corey did a good job tonight. I enjoyed it. And thank you for the super chat donation. Randy Orton came out, eliminated Cien Almas. I thought that was well done because Cien Almas had a good run. Somebody was going to eliminate him. So if the NXT champion's going to get eliminated, why not have the previous year's Royal Rumble winner do it? I thought that was well done. Whoever came up with that, that was a good idea. Stephen Osborne just left a $2 super chat donation. No DQ panel guest from our WCW video. Finally, a better pay-per-view than TakeOver. Interesting. Did I think the Royal Rumble pay-per-view was better than TakeOver Philadelphia? Stay tuned. I will give my thoughts at the end of the video. I got to have a hook. I got a couple hooks here to keep people tuned in. Anyways, back to the Rumble match. Miz Taraj assisted The Miz, but then Roman Reigns ended up powerbombing Miz out onto the Miz Taraj members. Got more super chat donations. Raymond S., $2 super chat donation. If you get 2K, just shave your eyebrows. Yeah, if I get 2,000, I'll shave my eyebrows. I don't think that's happening. Shanty Kurtz just sent in a $5 super chat donation. Even if it was a pre-show, and I just missed the comment, got to see my bud Lince wrestle. Lince for Cruiserweight Champion, please. Thank you for the super chat donation. Another one here for Miles. I love how Asuka and Shinsuke won both events. I mean, they were the betting odds favorites to win, and I think a lot of fans wanted to see both of them win. Asuka was definitely the strongest push, but I'll get to Asuka more in a few minutes here and give my thoughts on the match. We are over 800, so thank you guys very much for tuning in. The other big surprise in this match, Rey Mysterio, number 27. He looked in great shape. I mean, he looked very lean. It looks like he lost some of his muscle mass. He looked just as great as ever. I mean, Rey looked in tremendous shape, and that's what happens when you get some time off. Kenny Smith left a $10 super chat donation, but no comment. Thank you, Kenny. I appreciate it. Master Gordon with a $2 super chat donation. Was so hyped when Shin won. Awesome Rumble. Walter Cruz, $2 super chat donation. WWE did a good job with the surprises. It was cool. I agree on that. Jamie Garcia with a $2 super chat donation. Ziggler should have won. I will get to Ziggler here in a minute with my thoughts on the Ziggler entrance into the Rumble. Rey Mysterio, I mean, the dude looks like he hasn't missed a day. That's what happens when you get some time off. I mean, Rey Mysterio was on the road nonstop with WWE, took a few years off, and he looks phenomenal. Time will tell if he's going to be back full-time or not. Maybe he'll be a part-timer, appear every now and then for big events. But he looked in tremendous shape. I mean, Rey was a great surprise tonight. Adam Cole was in this match. He got eliminated by Mysterio, but nice to see Adam Cole in here. So we got some surprises. We got some past stars coming back. We got a few NXT guys in the match. Great stuff here. I enjoyed it. I thought it was well done. Master Gordon with a $2 super chat donation. Will Rey go to 205 Live? He could, but I feel like that would be a waste of Rey Mysterio. I think he's better off having matches with guys like Finn Balor or AJ Styles and doing the big matches with the top stars. But that's just my take on it. I feel like he would be wasted in 205 Live. You know, people want to see Rey Mysterio versus AJ. They want to see Rey Mysterio versus Finn Balor. They want to see Rey Mysterio versus Nakamura. Those are the matches people want to see. So I think it's more likely he'll be on the main roster. Back to the Rumble match. I talked about The Miz and The Miz Taraj. You know, number 30 was Dolph Ziggler. So this was the one misstep in the Royal Rumble. There was all this hype. Ziggler was gone for a month. He comes back, number 30, and then he's eliminated without much fanfare. He barely did anything, got eliminated. What a waste. I mean, this was a big disappointment. This was maybe the biggest disappointment of this Rumble, maybe the entire pay-per-view for that matter. Just felt like you should have done more with Ziggler here. Brian Watts just sent in a $2 Super Chat donation, no comment. Yeah, I was really disappointed with the Ziggler return. You would think with all the hype of him being gone and the anticipation, something big would have happened. No, he just came in, got eliminated, and that was it. Just an afterthought. So yeah, very disappointing. Xavier's Wood, please give me a shout out, Aaron. A huge fan from South Central LA. Thank you very much for tuning in. By the way, we are at 830 now, 830 live viewers. New record for No DQ Live. Thank you guys again for your viewership. If you're watching for the first time, subscribe. Check out the other videos. I do this every night after Raw and SmackDown Live. Stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the latest breaking news. Twitter.com/NoDQ, DOTCOM. Same thing on Facebook, at Aaron Rift on social media. Got to get the plugs out there for the newbies. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're watching for the first time, I know some of you are. And thank you all to the regulars for tuning in. No DQ Virtue says, thanks guys, Aaron owes me back pay. Well, Virtue, you're getting a No DQ beanie, so you're getting something out of all this. Bruno Mars won Album of the Year, so there you go. Moving on here to the end of the Royal Rumble match. So you had John Cena and Roman Reigns fight for a bit. Crowd chanted, "You both suck" at them. Basically, the final four it was John Cena, Roman Reigns, Finn Balor, and Shinsuke Nakamura. Balor and Nakamura were essentially the baby faces here. Cena and Reigns were the heels. And WWE booked it like that, knowing the crowd would boo these guys, made Cena and Reigns. The match was booked with these guys playing the heel role. Bill just sent in a $2 Super Chat donation. I would donate more, but I got kids. Keep it up. There you go, Bill. I love it. Thank you so much. So yeah, I thought this was really clever. WWE finally learned from those past years. WWE knew going in, it's Philadelphia. The crowd's going to hate Cena. The crowd's going to hate Reigns. And they worked it to perfection. They told the story perfectly at the end with the Final Four. Extremely well done. Balor did get eliminated, but he was, what, number 2 in the Rumble? He had a great showing. It was down to Nakamura, Cena, and Reigns. Nakamura eliminated Cena, and then it was down to Nakamura and Reigns. Great heat. I was on the edge of my seat for this. Very intense, very fun to watch. I was wondering the entire time, would WWE actually have Nakamura win? I was very invested in the final moments of this match, and sure enough, Nakamura picked up the win to become the Royal Rumble winner. Excellent match. Best Royal Rumble since 2004. Maybe top 5 greatest Royal Rumble matches of all time. WWE knew the audience and worked it accordingly. Extremely well done. Standing ovation for WWE. Very well done. $400 Super Chat donation. I don't know what that symbol is. I don't know how much that actually is. New subscriber here, came from Twitter. Agree. Good booking at the end of the men's Royal Rumble. How much money is that? I don't know what that symbol is. I don't know how much that actually is. I'm assuming it's not $400. If it's $400, then I can just retire now. Somebody said it's $4. I don't know how much that is, but whatever it is, thank you. I appreciate however much it is. If it was $4 US, $1 US, 40 cents, I don't care. I appreciate any Super Chat donation. Apparently it's pesos, so 400 pesos equals $4. I'll take it. Any amount. I'm just happy to be here, happy to do this, happy to have the viewership and the support from you guys. We're at 905. If we hit 1,000, I'm going to have to somehow put myself through a table. I don't even know how to do that. I don't know where to buy a table that I could put myself through. But if we hit 1,000 here, I will do it. I will somehow put myself through a table on video. I will buy a table, I will haul it in here, and I will jump through it if we hit 1,000. I have a card table, but I don't think that would, I need like a table I could put myself through. If we hit 1,000, we're at 916 right now. We still have more pay-per-view to cover here. We got another half hour at least. Spread the word. Share this on social media. Miles just sent in a $1 super chat donation. Kayfabe Candy Ass said 5,000 and I'll do a panel unmasked. Kayfabe Candy Ass, you got a beanie coming, so you better be appearing on video pretty soon because I expect you to wear it on a no DQ video. Curtis Butler says a gimmicked table. Speed321 says good old JM should put you through a table. Well, if I was in SoCal, I would consider that idea. So anyways, I love the Rumble. The men's Rumble was fantastic. Awesome match. Thomas McCarthy just sent in a $2 super chat donation. 400 Mexican pesos equals $22. Whatever it is, I'm very grateful to have great supporters here. Ambrose Long just sent in a $1 super chat donation. I'm not even sure what that symbol is. I think it's a pound, but don't quote me on it. Give out a beanie. I am going to give out a beanie, but stay tuned for that. I will have more details on the beanie coming soon. No DQ beanies are in the process of being produced. It's one size fits all, and no worry about getting the right size or whatever. Check it out. Stay tuned for that. So anyways, after this Royal Rumble, I'm like, how can WWE top this? They're actually putting the Women's Rumble on last. How can you follow this? It's crazy. I thought, okay, unless Ronda Rousey is showing up, this is nuts. It's taking a huge risk to have the women. They're untested in this type of match. And Ronda Rousey publicly stated that she was in Colombia filming her movie. She said she would be filming through February. She denied it several times. She showed all these videos saying she wasn't going to be at the Royal Rumble. So I'm thinking, what is WWE going to do here? How are they going to end this pay-per-view on a high note that's going to get people focused on the women's match and the women's revolution? So anyways, I will get to that, the Women's Rumble match here in a few minutes. Right now, we are at 935. We're very close to 1,000. I don't want to put myself through a table, but I'll do it if we hit 1,000. You guys will need to keep spreading the word. Share this on social media. We are at 933. We got a couple more matches. 3 more matches, actually. So we still got time here to hit 1,000. Seth Rollins and Jayson Jordan versus The Bar for the Raw Tag Team titles. The crowd, understandably so, was just completely drained. They were just... They were going to the bathroom. TK left a $2 super chat donation stating, Ronda Rousey stole Asuka's thunder. Who is she? I'll get to that here in a few minutes. I got reports from people at the arena. Everyone pretty much hit the bathroom after the men's Royal Rumble. The lines were outrageously huge. I saw pictures. Crowd did not care about the tag team title match. Maybe they would have under different circumstances. Patrick Thacker just left a $5 super chat donation. First time live watcher, but I've been watching and following No DQ for years and go on to the website for all my info for wrestling. Thank you very much, Patrick. I appreciate your viewership. It is much appreciated, sir. Brian Watts left a $2 super chat donation. I wish my questions on Twitter at Mr. Illicit 633. If I've never answered one of your questions on No DQ video, use the hashtag PAIV1 so I can see your question. But thank you, Brian, for tuning in. and sending in a super chat donation. So Jayson Jordan was still hurt. He's been dealing with, I believe, a back injury over the last few weeks, and he was basically not involved in the match. He was taken out early with, a worked injury, so he could just be on the outside. It was essentially a 2-on-1 match. By the way, Booker T's commentary was awful here. So Booker T said he would always bet, when it's 2 against 1, he would always bet on the 2 guys, even though the very same show, AJ Styles beat 2 guys. Really? Of all the shows to make this comment. Stab Studios left a $2 super chat donation. 1100 and Vito should splash you through a table. Well, we're down to 919, so I think we've hit our peak, unfortunately. Gizgoo sent in a $2 super chat donation. Hey, Aaron, your epidermis is showing. Nice Simpsons reference there. You can't fool me, though, when it comes to Simpsons references. Anyways, back to the match. So Jordan was taken out. Even Corey Graves on commentary, the dude doesn't even lie. He said he was exhausted. I think we all were at this point. It went on too long. Jayson Jordan did eventually tag in, but then he was holding his head and like, screw this. He tagged back in Seth Rollins. Jamie Garcia left a $2 super chat donation. You're a great longtime viewer, never asked a question. Thank you, Jamie. Feel free to send in questions. I would be more than happy to talk about any topics, anything you have in mind, anything you would like to discuss. How high was Alundra Braze? How high am I? I don't even smoke. Daniel B said, how high was Alundra? She was entertaining during the pre-show. I like her insults towards JBL. That was entertaining. I liked it. Sheamus and Cesaro picked up the win over basically Seth Rollins' 2-on-1 match. Jordan didn't really do anything. It furthers the whole storyline with Jayson Jordan and Seth Rollins. So I thought it was okay. You know, obviously Jayson Jordan was injured, but it does work into the storyline, and people think Jayson Jordan's being a phony and he's faking the injury or exaggerating. So it does work into the storyline. I think WWE did a good job here taking advantage of Jordan's real injury and advancing the storyline. I'm guessing it's going to be Rollins versus Jordan at WrestleMania if I had to make a prediction. I thought the execution of this was well done. Unfortunately, the crowd was comatose. They were dead as a doornail, just completely overwhelmed from the men's Royal Rumble match. Next up, we had Brock Lesnar versus Kane versus Braun Strowman versus nobody. It was a triple threat match. I was going to say versus the Universal title. That's how exhausted I am at this point. As we get to the end of this video, you'll notice me starting to stutter and mess up as I get more tired. 33 minutes of this video, so I'm already past a half hour reviewing a 6-hour show. Insane, huh? 9:59. We're almost at 1,000. We're so close, guys. So close. There was a KFC Royal Rumble. Who cares? So this triple tried, and I have to say, this is what Brock Lesnar and Strowman should have been at No Mercy, one-on-one. Unfortunately, I think Kane brought this match down a little bit. He really didn't do much, but it felt like he was more of a distraction than actually benefiting the match. It was mainly Lesnar and Strowman, and Kane was there, as we figured he would be, to take the fall. Hamp Connell sent in a $2 super chat donation. Rollins versus Jordan at WrestleMania is a complete waste of Seth. Well, time will tell. I mean, I think there's still potential with Jordan. I feel like if he goes full-fledged heel, he might be able to find himself as a character, and he could be a future major star in WWE. So don't rule the guy out yet. We'll see what happens at WrestleMania. So yeah, there was almost no heat for this match, even though it was what you would want it to be. You had all the weapons, the steel chairs, the ladders, the tables. You know, it was Rampage. It was just 3 beasts beating each other up, putting themselves through tables, although Kane very awkwardly put Strowman through a table. Strowman's power slam to Lesnar looked a lot better. Lesnar gave Strowman an F5 through the announce table. Strowman recovered. Actually, Lesnar dumped one of the announce tables onto Strowman. Strowman recovered and was about to win the match when Kane hit Strowman with a chair. And when Strowman was down, Lesnar hit the F5 onto Kane, onto a chair to retain the title. Strowman was upset, saying, "You never beat me," even though we have to forget Strowman lost to Lesnar at No Mercy, but we'll just pretend that never happened. Strowman's like, "You never beat me," and whatever. I thought they tried. Crowd heat hurt it. I think Kane's involvement hurt it. It was just okay overall. But if Lesnar and Strowman had that match at No Mercy, where it was just a complete demolition derby, that match would have been a lot better. And they really tried with this one. Take a water break, as DDP might say. Gotta stay hydrated here. We are down to 930. Oh, we came so close, guys. We were so close to 1,000. I tried. Who knows? Maybe by the end of this, we'll hit 1,000. I gotta talk about Ronda Rousey. I got to give my rating for the show, my letter grade for the show, and the future, the no DQ beanies, and all that good stuff. So let's see if we can get to 1,000. It's not over yet. So now we have the Women's Royal Rumble match. Oh, don't time out the guy for saying Benoit's back. I mean, that's harmless trolling. Ricky Lawson says Aaron has a Benoit hairstyle. Ouch. Well, that's why I got to shave my head, right? No DQ Virtue says ZZZZ about the Women's Rumble. Okay, so if you guys want me to complain about the Royal Rumble's match, you're going to be disappointed because I thought it exceeded expectations. I thought it was a really good match. It wasn't perfect. Oh, I forgot to talk about the Lesnar shoot punch. There's a GIF of it I posted, or GIF, whatever it's called, on No DQ's Twitter. You can check that out. Lesnar just socked Strowman right in the head. That was interesting. But anyways, back to the Women's Rumble match. I enjoyed it. There were some botches. There were some awkward moments, as I would expect. But overall, there were fewer than I was expecting. And it wasn't a train wreck like I expected. I thought it was very well laid out. There was good spacing. You know, they had the legends. They had quite a few. I mean, they had to bring back a lot of women from the past because they don't have that many women on the main roster. They brought in a few from NXT, but they had to bring in a lot of past women, which was cool. It was cool to see a lot of the women from the past come in for this historic match. Mixed feelings about Maria Menounos being there. Obviously, she's somewhat of a celebrity, and WWE wanted her there. But the crowd booed her. Stephen Osborne sent in a $5 Super Chat donation. The Women's Rumble was way better than I thought it would be. They nailed it. And then he said something about Sasha. He said Sasha was brilliant. Sasha did a good job here, and she even acted like a heel towards the end, but I'll get to that here in a few minutes. Maria Menounos, however you pronounce her name, wasn't really a big fan of her being there, but whatever. You know, she's a fan, or at least she's a fan at certain times. I know there was that one point where she turned in her fan card and then went back to being a fan again. Stephanie came out. Crowd very heavily booed Stephanie. The funniest line of the night here was Michael Cole. So Michael Cole said, and I quote, "Stephanie McMahon is one of the trailblazers, but she won't tell you so," end quote. Did Stephanie write that line in, or what? That was so ridiculous. Stephanie wasn't terrible. She kept pretty quiet, which I think was for the best. She did make comments every now and then, but it didn't bother me that much. I think it was wise that she just mainly left it to Michael Cole and Corey Graves. So it could have been worse. It could have been worse. I don't think Stephanie was anything special. By the way, we just dropped a lot of viewers, 782. I don't know what you guys are talking about with 1,000. Why are you guys saying 1,000? It says 784 on my screen. Are you guys lying to me? I think I'm being trolled here. It says 779 live viewers, and a bunch of people are saying 1,000. So I think you guys are lying. You guys are going to have to prove it to me. I'm going to need some proof that there's 1,000 viewers and faking a screen. You guys are lying. Peter just sent in a $5 super chat donation. Lita was awesome. Ham Connell sent in a $2 super chat donation. Maria wasn't even watching. She was on her phone. Interesting. Can I even take a screenshot of this? I'm at 800 right now. Why are people saying 1,000? But I'm getting off track here. Back to the match. I never saw 1,000. So sorry, guys. Lita came out as one of the surprises. Like I said, I think it was wise how WWE laid out this match. You had the big names come in every 3 or 4 entrants, which I thought was very clever. Very well done. Maybe not clever, but just common sense. I think that would be the proper way to say it. Lita came out as the first big surprise. She hit a moonsault on Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks. I'm not sure what the deal was with her outfit. I forgot. Oh, somebody said she looked like Duke the Dumpster Droese with her outfit. I thought that was a funny comment. Michael just sent in a $2 super chat donation. I would love to see Aleister Black, I guess, on the main roster. I thought it was cool to see Lita. She did botch a few things, but it was still nice to see her. I mean, it was fitting. She should be in this match. You know, it's the first Women's Royal Rumble. You're going to bring back past stars. Lita's a no-brainer. Molly Holly looked great. I mean, some of these women, it's funny. When you're off the road, when you're able to give your body time to heal, it's amazing what that can do for you. Molly Holly looked better now than she did a decade ago. I mean, she looked tremendous. She did the Molly go-round, wasn't 100% on point, but it still, incredible athletic feat there when she did that. Looked great overall. It wasn't 100% perfect, but I was impressed with it. So I thought that was cool. Lana came out, crowd chanted Rusev Day. Michelle McCool came out, crowd chanted Undertaker. We had Vickie Guerrero come out in the comedy moment of the match, which I'm glad. You know, I think some people had mixed feelings about it. I liked it. I'm glad there was some comedy. You got to have some comedy in the match. And I thought this was fun. She didn't do anything. She just came out on the mic, said, "Excuse me," got tossed out. I know some people think it hurt the credibility of the match, but I liked it. I like having a little bit of humor in the match. So I was fine with it. She got thrown out by all the other women. Whatever. A nice little harmless moment. You know, people say Drew Carey was a great spot. I had mixed feelings on that, but that was meant for comedy. So, you know, whatever. This was fine. Jordan Smith sent in a $2 super chat donation. Glad Stephanie didn't enter and win. As am I. Rabbit888 says, isn't Vickie like 50 years old? I think so. I'm not sure exactly, though. Jeremy McGill says, did you catch the China reference from Stephanie? I did. That was very interesting. I thought that was a nice gesture. So on Raw 25, we got a China reference. We got a China reference tonight. I'm sure Jexy was very happy about the China reference. Maybe that's a good sign that WWE will give China the Hall of Fame induction. You know, unfortunately, it's too little too late. Should have been done when she was alive. But at least she'll get some recognition, which is better than none, right? I guess anything's better than nothing. Beth Phoenix came out. She did not get the Edge chant, though, but the crowd was really into Beth Phoenix. Carmella came out. Vickie Guerrero hit Carmella with the briefcase. So Vickie did get a little bit of a moment actually doing something physical. We just got a $2 super chat donation from Stephen Osborne. Next year, Santina loses in 1 second to tie his record. There you go. I'm still sad we didn't get Santina. I think that would have been funny. I would have been okay with that. By the way, we're at 945, so we're back up again. If we hit 1,000 and I can see 1,000, I will live up to my stipulation. We're at 958, so we're almost there. We're so close, guys. So close. I will keep an eye on the screen here. TGS says, check your tweets. 958. We're almost there. Don't lie to me. I'm looking at the screen here, guys. If my screen says 1,000, I will put myself through a table on a future video at some point. I haven't seen it hired help. People are saying it, but people were saying 1,000, and on my screen it said 778. Now it says 945. You guys are trolling me. Keep in mind, half the people watching this are from NoDQForums.com. So there's a lot of trolls out there that can easily Photoshop something. I got to see it with my own eyes for me to... I'm going to shave my head. I live up to my stipulations. I'm not going to lie to you guys. If I legitimately see 1,000 on the counter, I will put myself through a table on a future video. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I will do it. I promise you guys. Anyways, Kelly came out, and in a I see what you did there moment, she debuted at age 19, so she came out at entrant number 19. Very clever, WWE. Well done. Well played. Nia Jax came in and clean house. Nia looked really good in this match. I'll give WWE credit. They booked her well. 978. We are so close. So close to 1,000 live viewers. Naomi had a Kofi Kingston moment in this match where Nia tossed Naomi onto several women, but technically Naomi did not have her feet hit the floor. She pulled a Kofi Kingston and used the announce chair to get herself back in the ring. Only thing lame about this was the announcer saying they never saw anything like this before, even though it was obvious to like 99% of us that Kofi Kingston did that a couple years ago in the Royal Rumble with the announce chair. So, weak announcing moment. That was lame, but you know, other than that, it's cool that Naomi got a moment in the match, even though it was basically a Kofi Kingston moment. Moving on here, we had Asuka come in. I think what number was Asuka? She was 25. So I believe Greg Cherry won our NoDQ.com Rumble pool. Jeff won the men's Rumble pool, I should say. I think Jeff had the last two guys in the ring, Roman Reigns and Nakamura. So Jeff pretty much had that cinched. So congrats to Jeff and Greg for winning the No DQ Royal Rumble pool. The Bella Twins came out. Brie mode! No Brie mode! Oh no! That was the worst thing ever. Why couldn't they give her new music? I hate that song. Worst song ever. Speaking of bad songs, I hate that song they used for the Women's Rumble. It's I don't even know what it is. Somebody said it's like pop dubstep from the UK or something. I don't know what it was, but that music is so bad. I guess young women like that kind of music. I don't know. I guess it doesn't appeal to a 35-year-old male. I don't know, but it was awful. That song is so bad. Oh, man. But I'm guessing a lot of women don't like Avenged Sevenfold or Metallica or System of a Down. So, you know, to each his own or to each her own. Michael just sent in a $2 Super Chat donation. Do you think WWE will make Nia the champion? Maybe eventually, but not anytime soon. By the way, we're at 986. So we're very, very close to 1,000. Yeah, I have no idea who Little Mix is, and I have no desire to ever hear that song. Down to 974, guys. Very close, but no cigar. I was surprised we didn't see Victoria. I thought Victoria would be a surprise entrant, but all the entrants, it was cool to see a lot of these women again. Bellas came out, as I mentioned, with the Brie mode. The Bellas and Sasha and Asuka were the final four. Oh, Trish Stratus. How can I forget Trish Stratus? Again, Trish looked great. Maybe better than she did 10 years ago. I was impressed with how good these women looked. Jacqueline looked great. And I think she's around 50, and she looked fantastic. So, Tori Wilson. She looks better now than she did 20 years ago. I mean, hats off to these women for looking great into their 40s and even 50s. I mean, that is really impressive. I mean, Tori Wilson doesn't look like she aged a day. I mean, extremely impressive. And Molly Holly looked great too. So yeah, the final four, it was Sasha, the Bellas, and Asuka. Sasha kind of did like a little heel turn thing here, where instead of working with Asuka, she's like, screw Asuka, and worked with the Bellas. I liked it. Sasha's got to turn heel. She showed some fire here as a heel. I liked it. She needs to turn. I definitely feel she needs to turn. She showed more personality in those few moments as a heel than she's shown in the past year in WWE. So I think that definitely needs to happen. Bella Twins turned on Sasha, though, eliminated her. And then Nikki turned against Brie Mode and eliminated her. So it was down to Asuka and Nikki. Asuka ended up winning. And again, the fans wanted to see Asuka win. And I wasn't so sure after Raw because she looked so dominant on Raw. I'm like, is WWE really going to telegraph Asuka winning? But it was like 98, where Steve Austin was the obvious favorite, and he did end up winning. And I think in the end, Asuka was the right person to win the match. So Asuka won. You had Charlotte and Alexa Bliss there to congratulate her. And then the big swerve. You thought she was in Colombia filming Mile 22, I believe it's called. She even posted supposed videos of herself there. But there she was. Rowdy Ronda Rousey showing up at the end of the pay-per-view, coming out and pointing at the WrestleMania sign. No pyro, by the way. That was a little bit of a bummer. No pyro on this show whatsoever. Hopefully they bring it in for WrestleMania. But yeah, you would think for Royal Rumble, you know, they show the footage of the Royal Rumble winner pointing at the sign. They would have had pyro. Nothing. No pyro on this show. Still, great moment. Maybe they could have done confetti. If you're not going to do pyro, wouldn't confetti be a cheaper alternative? So at least you have something. So I would have liked that, but whatever. It's nitpicking. Very cool moment with Ronda Rousey. It all makes sense now. I said this a long time ago. People would ask me, will WWE ever have the women main event a major pay-per-view? And my answer was, the best likelihood would be if Ronda Rousey is involved. And sure enough, here she was to close out the pay-per-view, to give WWE the mainstream headlines, the big surprise to generate buzz. It made sense. When it was all said and done, when all the smoke was cleared, Ronda Rousey closing the show is the right move, because that's going to generate, with all due respect to Shinsuke Nakamura, Shin as I like to call him affectionately, this was the right move to close out the show with Ronda Rousey. So now, that wraps up my thoughts. We just hit it. Okay, son of a bitch. We just hit 1,000. 1K. It says 1K here. God damn it. And I apologize for religious people for saying God damn it, but God damn it. Walter Cruz just sent in a $1 super chat donation. Now I can be blasphemous to get rid of the... Holy cow, everyone's exploding in the chat room. So yeah, I gotta put myself through a table now. Certainly with all the super chat donations, I can afford to put myself through a table. So that will be happening on a future video. First thing I gotta do is shave my head. So you guys might have to wait a couple of days or maybe a week or so. I gotta take care of one thing first. Shaving my head first thing tomorrow. No DQ live tomorrow night. I will have a shaved head. So you guys will see that tomorrow night. Tune in for that moment. And somehow I'll have to figure out how to buy a table to put myself through it. But again, I'm sure I can afford to buy a cheap table now with all the super chat donations. So, now, you guys are funny. The chat room is literally exploded with the comments here. 1034, I guess, is the highlight. It just says 1K on my screen. All right, so there's a table behind me. Yeah, that table will not break. I need to buy a table I can actually go through. Historic in more ways than one. Historic No DQ Live. First time ever crossing 1,000 live viewers on a No DQ video. And I almost got enough super chat donation to pay my rent. Actually, no, that's not true. But it is very cool. So thank you guys for the super chat donations. Letter grade. What letter grade do I give this show? Do I think this show was better than last night? Walter Cruz with another $2 super chat donation. Miz's feet never hit the ground. He landed on Bo. Interesting. I wonder if WWE purposely did that. If they'll play up on it. I'm curious about that. So I'm looking at the grades here. So the question is, first of all, did I think this show was better than the TakeOver pay-per-view? The answer is yes. I am going to do something I've never done before. I'm changing my grade for TakeOver. A-, because looking back on it, I don't think it was quite an A show. I think it was an A-. This show, I'm giving an A. Not an A+, because I still think it was too long. I still had a few issues with a few matches, a few things that dragged. Wasn't perfect. Hamp Connell just sent in a $9.99 donation. $9.99 literally. Congrats on crossing 1,000. For that, I will pay for your WWE network this month. Well, thank you, Hamp. I appreciate it. That is very awesome of you. I give this show an A because the 2 Royal Rumble matches delivered, and that's the reason people watch the show. They were not watching for AJ Styles, as great as AJ is. They were not watching for the tag matches. People were tuning in for the Rumble matches, and the 2 Rumble matches delivered. The men's Rumble was one of the best Rumbles WWE ever put together. The women's match was really good. It exceeded expectations. You had a lot of cool surprises. Ronda Rousey, hats off to Ronda Rousey. She worked everybody. Old school wrestling. I love it. I love when people can actually still be worked in 2018. And Ronda pulled it off. She went all out to try and throw people off here. I thought it was awesome. Great job, Ronda Rousey and WWE, for throwing everybody off the scent. Very well done. So, I thought it was great. A show, best main roster pay-per-view since WrestleMania 31, in my opinion. And that might even be biased because I was at WrestleMania 31. Ironically enough, the last show that Ronda Rousey was on, the last WWE pay-per-view, WrestleMania 31. So yeah, A show, and we'll see if WWE can keep the momentum going. Hot start to 2018. 2 awesome shows. I mean, we can debate it. Was TakeOver better? Was Royal Rumble better? Which match was better? Was the Gargano match better than the Rumble match, the men's one? The bottom line is WWE did great this weekend. 2 great shows, which never really happens. Jeffrey just sent in a $2 super chat donation. Congrats on 1,000, and my grade is an A. Not often. I mean, when was the last time both NXT and the main roster pay-per-view delivered to this degree? Great weekend for WWE. Great start to 2018. Wrestling in general with New Japan. 2018 has been a hot start for professional wrestling. I actually don't have much to complain about so far in 2018. So I gotta say, I'm very happy with how things have gone so far in 2018 for wrestling, and hopefully the momentum can be sustainable for the rest of the year. Apparently, Pete Dunne called out Brock Lesnar. I don't know what that's about, but stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the very latest. I will keep you guys informed and updated on the very latest. I appreciate all the super chat donations and the first-time viewers. No DQ beanies. They are in the process of being made. I will show you guys the No DQ beanie tomorrow, and they will be up for sale on NoDQ.com. They're not affiliated with Pro Wrestling Tees. It's totally separate. But I will give you guys more info on that coming up soon. No DQ beanies will be available. One size fits all. And stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the very latest. That'll wrap it up for the Royal Rumble video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I took an hour to review a 6-hour show. That is just nuts. I wish the shows were a little bit shorter, but it is what it is. Rob Klein just sent in a $2 super chat donation. You should send all No DQ contributors a beanie. I actually did that. Rob, I got to get your info. I will send you one too. I am sending Kayfabe Candy Ass one, so I am working on getting one out to everyone. So Rob, private message me on Aaron Riff Twitter your address, and I will send you one. On that note, I will wrap this video up. Thank you guys so much. Stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the very latest regarding the Royal Rumble, and now we're into WrestleMania season. Stay tuned for all that, and I will see you guys next time.